Harry's fans are mad at him for the first time. Probably not for the first time, but I can't think of another time people were mad at Harry Styles and like calling him out a lot. So Harry Styles were mad at him. And Harry Styles and Lizzo. Apparently, this Harry Styles and Lizzo thing has been kind of making the rounds. That conversation has been making the rounds since way back in February. You may have missed it because, like me, like, not to say no one watches the BRIT Awards, but like I don't watch the BRIT Awards. So like I saw kind of clips going around social media, but I didn't take it that serious and didn't think it was that big of a deal. But so Harry Styles and Lizzo, Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, Harry Styles without his mask. Let's talk about it. So first we're going to talk about the mask. Let's do this one that's more serious first. Now, firstly, fans are mad at him, and I literally cannot remember a time when fans were more mad at him. But they were really mad at him. They were saying he's selfish, he's irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. Because of this picture, of this group of pictures where it is him, he's the one in the pink hat, and that's Olivia Wilde in the Argyle sweater, and those are several of his friends. Now you can see in that picture that some of them have masks, but they're like pulled down, and then some of them just don't have any on. And then you can see them here in the car doing the same thing. Masks half on, half not. Some of them have them, some of them don't. And then you see Harry with a hoodie and everything. Sorry about my light. Harry in the hoodie and everything, and that's his mask, which is a bandana mask. Now, let's just talk about this first. I have a lot of opinions. Like, I think one thing that the main thing I want to say that people are not taking consideration is that Harry Styles lives with friends. I literally, in my last video, when I was talking about the Vogue article, he was talking about how he moved in with several friends at the beginning of quarantine because he didn't want to be alone, essentially. And like he said, like the essentials of happiness. One of the essentials of happiness, spending time with friends, la la la. So he's quarantining in his like LA mansion with several friends. I assume that's them, you know, his bandmates or whoever. I don't know who the other people in the picture are because they're not specifically named. I could guess that that's them by looking at and comparing photos, but whatever. So I think that that's them. Excuse my like messy bookshelf. This is a work in progress. Anyway, you're probably not even caring about that. Anyway, so I think that he's quarantining with those people. So those are like, they're inside his household, I believe. But if they were inside his household, why were they wearing masks to begin with? So that kind of leads to like, was that inside his household? Who are those people? Is that, first of all, then my next thought is, he is also like hooking up with Olivia Wilde. So like they're already sharing germs. You know what I mean? And my third thought was, okay, they're not allowed to be in a little group of people not wearing masks. But he is in the middle. They're filming a movie. So they're filming a movie. Like no one is saying like they should be halting all movie productions. They shouldn't even be on set. But like when he's out walking in the streets, going through a stroll, it appears that they're just strolling through like someone's neighborhood. Like it looks like either their neighborhood where they're living or Olivia's neighborhood probably. So I'm just like, meh, you know, like to me it's like if they're having a surge of cases in LA, then why is the film set open? You see what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make it right, but at the same time I think that the only people he was around, I'm pretty sure the only people he was around was his household, and then Olivia Wilde, who he's banging. And here's my next thing about dating during a pandemic. Should they be dating each other? You know, like, should they be dating during a pandemic? Who's to say? I don't know. Like, what are the rules about that? I don't really know how to feel about that. Anyway, moving right along. What's next? Oh, speaking of dating during a pandemic, right before the pandemic, so we talked about last week, okay, Olivia Wilde, he's with Olivia Wilde, and they're dating, blah, blah, blah. And then people immediately, and this is where I saw this Daily Dot article, people are like calling out, why didn't they say that he was dating Lizzo? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? So I read this little article, And I read several articles. I had to do like proper research. This is important news. Harry flirted with Lizzo and I wasn't paying attention. Like, when you work, I have a life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, before quarantine, I had a life. So I was like, I wasn't keeping up with like everything that was going on that deep. But here's my whole thing. Let me just break down what happened between him and Lizzo. So the whole timeline essentially is, Harry Styles did a cover of Lizzo's song Juice. Then Lizzo did a cover of Harry's song. What song was it? What is this name of the song? Adore You. I just adore you. Let me adore you. Oh, me. Now you're probably like, bitch, that's not the words. Bitch, that is not the damn words. You tried it. But then, okay. And then, like, Harry Styles. Then, like, okay, so they became friends at that point. They started, like, legit hanging out and allegedly collabing. So, one thing, Lizzo was in an interview, and she, like, literally says this. She says, oh, are you guys collabing? The interviewer asks, are you guys collabing? And Lizzo goes, yeah, the collab happened last night. And then Lizzo was like, hee hee ha ha, I have too many inappropriate jokes. And she's like, yeah, we collabed with his blank in my blank hole. Ew, I spit. But it's like, I did laugh. So how can I get mad at the raunchiness? But like, why would you say that? She said with his, you know what, in her a-hole. Like, what? That's a lot. Like, I understand you want to joke. Like, you could have said, like, if I was going to joke and make that joke, I'd be like, yeah, we collabed in, you know, like, something a little bit, like, if you're going to reference sex, reference it. But, like, anal, she went straight to anal. I was just like, okay, whatever. Whatever, go big or go home. I guess it's Lizzo, you know, whatever. So she says that. And then the big thing is at the BRIT Awards when they were holding hands. And I'm not going to play the video for you. Y'all probably saw it. I saw the video of them joking around at the BRIT Awards, or flirting. I saw people posting and reposting them, like, joking around at the BRIT Awards. I saw that, kept scrolling, never thought two thoughts about it. And, like, let's unpack that. So this is what people are saying. People are saying people said this back in February. And last week they said it again when people immediately were like, he's dating Olivia Wilde. Now, do I think that he could have possibly been dating Lizzo last year? I guess. I mean, anything's possible in life. But my whole thing is, Harry is so private. That light is like flickering and it's about to go out way behind. It's so distracting. Anyway, Lizzo is... she's giving interviews and she's saying super raunchy stuff. And I just feel like if they were in a real relationship, she wouldn't say raunchy stuff like that. Like, celebrities don't make, like, especially if something was that fresh and new, like, I'm trying to, like, flirt with Harry Styles or whatever and get in a relationship, you wouldn't give up an interview and be like, oh, yeah, with his blank up my blank hole, you know, like, LOL, guys, ha, you know, like, you wouldn't say that to me. That's my opinion if you were really dating. But, like, people on Twitter are saying, well, why didn't you guys make dating rumors about Harry and Lizzo? She held his hand and kissed the back of his hand, and she drank after his glass, and blah, blah, blah. And they were hanging out all the time. Every time he's next to a skinny white woman, y'all say he's dating. But with Lizzo, y'all didn't say that. And I'm just like, I hear you. I hear what people were saying. But I just don't think that they were dating. I don't think that they were ever dating. And this is what people don't want to acknowledge about Harry Styles. Harry Styles does only date skinny white women. Like he is 90% of the time linked to skinny white women, or whatever you believe, skinny white men. I don't know. But, like, whatever you believe. First of all, remember, I'm not even gonna Google Harry Styles Grindr, because he allegedly was talking with the Fab Five and he was like, oh, I've never heard of Grindr. People find dates? Oh, you might, you know. Harry Styles to me plays it up a little bit sometimes. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. Like, I just felt like there was something just disingenuous. Like, you've never heard of Grindr. You never heard of gay people meeting on Grindr. Like, why act so coy about it? Like, he's too coy. That's the word I was looking for. Too coy sometimes. Like, too little, like, oh, Grindr? I've never heard of that. Woo? You know, like, stop it. Like, and the Fab Five, I don't remember who it was from the Fab Five. So the Fab Five is from Queer Eye, if you don't know who I'm referencing. I don't remember which one said it, but they said, like, they referred to him as a straight male. That's what they referred to him as, but Harry doesn't label himself. Lolly lolly. And even people in the comments. So there was one guy in the comments, literally from, was it this morning or yesterday? He's like, well, Harry Styles is still trying to find his sexuality and they're not going to last long, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, girl, I don't know. I don't think he's finding his sexuality. Whatever it is, whatever Harry's sexuality is, he's just been linked to too many women. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever his sexuality is, it includes women. Like, I think that people don't, for some reason, people are like, have like a hard line idea of Harry Styles. People think like all his relationships are fake, except for the rumors that he's with men. Like, do people still do that? Like, that's, do people still go to that level? Like, I don't know. And like, I think it would be so hypocritical if he was fully, completely gay, but then like was out here giving interviews like, yeah, I am like new boundaries, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, I don't think you're saying, but like when people say that, I'm like, you're basically saying Harry Styles is the world's biggest hypocrite and the world's biggest like manipulator. Like, I'm just gonna have tons of fake relationships in the public eye. Like, what you're saying is a lot. What you're saying is a lot. And I just don't think that, I just don't see Harry that way. I don't see him as that, like, duplicitous. Like, I don't know. What else about Lizzo? And then people are saying it's because she's big. Oh, obviously, because she's big and black and not skinny and white. They're like, oh, you didn't make up rumors about them dating each other because you're fat phobic and it's racism. And like, you could argue, like, why didn't I think that? Internalized fat phobia? Or it just didn't seem like anything but playing around. And it's just it was just too over the top. Does that make sense? It was just too in your face. Like, celebrities like to play coy, like, oh, I don't talk about my personal life. Like, when they're actually dating someone, they're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. They don't go like, yeah, you put up my butt last night. LOL. Even if you like, imagine you go out for coffee with someone, or you're in the beginning stages of a relationship. Maybe you've hooked up one time. Maybe you've just gone out to dinner. And then like that person gives an interview joking about anal sex with you. Like, maybe they did date and she ruined it. Because that doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't make sense. Or like, I'm like screaming. Or like in real life, think about in real life. So you are in the beginning stages of dating someone because they had only started hanging out for like a month and a half. Like, you're in the beginning stages of dating someone and like you like went out to coffee with them. Maybe you hooked up a little, maybe you had sex, maybe you didn't have sex, but like, you like are around friends or something and people are like, what's going on with y'all? And you're like, and she's like, we did anal yesterday. Ha! Like, you would probably sit there like, I mean, it depends on your sense of humor, but like, to me, I'd be like, okay, like, all of our friends are here, like, can you calm the fuck down? Like, that's a little, and I don't think Lizzo is like, don't think she would do that with someone she was really dating. I think that she has enough. I give her the credit that she has that common sense, that level of common sense, not to be like, yeah, and then we did anal, LOL, like, so embarrassing. Ew. Imagine if they really were like flirting for real and she said that. Oh my gosh, that's so cringy. Actually, that's like not a cute dating rumor. It's like, oh no. I don't think, and that's why I'm thinking, like, she didn't do that. I give her enough credit to be like, she didn't do that. My girl didn't do it. Our girl did not do that. No way. It's embarrassing. Anal. Okay, that's enough. I'm just gonna keep screaming anal so my neighbors can hear. Yay! That's the end of this video. Goodbye, and tell me what you think below. No one's to this point. If you're to this point, leave a little an anal emoji, whatever that is.